Here we go.
You're tuning in to Will Love Listen. Now listen.
Countess Luann, thank you for
Hi,
joining
Will.
me today. It's been a minute. So we got to catch up. How have you been?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm working a lot, still doing television shows for Bravo and Peacock, and loving it. I'm working on a new dating show, which is so much fun. Love that because I love boys, and I'm always in
Yeah.
trouble with the boy. Always in trouble with the boys. So yeah, so that's really fun. And of course, I'm starting off my cabaret tour. And I'm coming to you at the Wellmont on October 12th, I believe.
Yes, October 12th. I can't wait because I want to talk about the tour. There's so much I want to discuss, especially with regards to your cabaret, because you're still going strong with it. I mean, your latest tour and music video, it's titled Marry F Kill. You're back on the road again, and you've been doing this for a really long time. And something that I really admire is how you're always innovating and you're always changing the concept. You had Countess and Friends, you had Christmas with the Countess, now Marry F Kill. And did you think when you started doing it originally that you would be still doing cabaret all these years later?
You know what? I had no clue really what I was doing except doing what I wanted to do. It's really started as a passion. A friend of mine said to me, Luann, you love to host parties, you love to sing for your friends, and you love to tell jokes. You should be doing cabaret. And that's
Yeah.
really how it started. And I had, listen, I took a nosedive and then I rose to the cabaret stage. And, I didn't expect that I was filling this void, in cabaret, because nobody's really doing cabaret anymore, except, Bridget Everett, who I adore. And she comes to my shows. So I love her. And so, had no idea it would still be going on. I had no idea it would be successful. I really took a huge chance. And it was scary, because
Yeah.
it was do or die, darling, do or die. And I had a very important director come to see my show. His name is Richard J. Alexander, and he was there at my first show at 54 Below, and he goes, Countess, I was not expecting very much from you, but you fucking blew my mind. First of all, you can sing, you're
Yeah.
funny, and you wear a dress like nobody I've ever seen. You're going to become a big cabaret star. And I was like, really? Oh, okay. And then he got me, Rich Super, my agent at Gersh, who really built my cabaret career. And it's been nonstop, much to my surprise. But at the same time, people can see that I love what I do, right? So
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
like, you know what I mean? It's they get to see a glimpse into my life that they don't know. They think they know me from the Housewives, but they really don't know a lot about me. So I tell, how I do my cabaret is I start with the song that, my fans know, because I want them to be in on the experience, right? So they grew up listening to my kind of music because mommy listened to my music. And so guess what? Through osmosis, they know
Yeah.
what I sing. And so it's like a big sing along. It's a party. It's a party. Have you ever seen my show, Will?
Yeah, I was actually at your show at the Wellmont several years ago, like back in,
Okay.
God, I think that was 2018. It was like,
Right.
it was the holiday season. And I saw Countess and Friends, I think when you were at Count Basie a few years after that, I think that was 21. So I've been to some of your shows before and I love it. I mean, and if anyone watches Housewives, they get that Luann and more, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I think people think they know who I am, and I have so much fun with it because I'm inspired by my fans, and I'm inspired by the work that I've done over the years in the Housewives, like Chic and Money and Viva La Diva, and Giovanni. All
Yeah.
those songs come from my personal experience, and so I have so much fun. Not only doing those songs, but picking the songs, which is I start with a song I love, then I back into it. Now, how am I going to get into that song with a story? And the story
Yeah.
has to be funny, right? Because I do
Yeah.
comedy too. So, and personal stories about, I was inspired by my fans who's every show I did, Mary F. Kill Countess, every show, because I do a Q&A with the audience. But now we play Mary F. Kill with the audience, which is a lot of fun. So they inspired me to make this tour and to make the song really. It comes from my fans. And And that's how I started the idea of this tour. And I went to maryfkill.com and I was like, it's not taken.
I know
Genius.
it worked out perfectly. And honestly, you got so much shit from the girls on the show. I feel like a lot of the times they were sick in the muds because you went away on vacation and they made a big deal because you fucked the pirate. And it's like they make a big deal about, oh, your shirt.
Everything I do,
Yeah, like
everything I do.
everything you do. So you know what? You might as well profit on it and not give a shit,
Right.
honestly.
Life is not a cabaret. Well, guess what? It is
I
for
know.
me.
I love that because I mean I watched that season and I was like, dude, like you just went through all that shit with Tom, which was humiliating. You know, you went through the arrest. I mean, you were finding success, you're starting to find success with the cabaret. Now it's really blown up. And it's like
Yeah.
just wanted to enjoy it. And like they were picking at anything they could. Life is not a cabaret. It's like let her have her moment. I mean,
I
after
went,
all
I
you
went to
through,
see, I went to the Jackie Gleason Theater. This is where Jackie Gleason, the iconic Jackie Gleason, used to do his show at the Fillmore in Miami. And so I go there to see my poster and go for a swim, but they had a problem with that. They wanted me to bring them those truffle fries, didn't they?
yeah,
Well,
I know.
they never got the truffle fries.
You made a truffle fries do not carry well. Like if I'm
No,
they're not to be ordered. They're to be eaten at like the bar or the restaurant.
that's right. That's right. They don't travel well.
Yeah. But yeah, so that and then Bethany's was a whole stick in the mud about it. So I love how after all that, like, you know, you kept on going strong with it and you still are. And it's not just another like housewives business, which, you know, you being on the show for so many years, you see how like the women will have one business this year, then another one the next year. It's actually something you're genuinely passionate about, which is really cool to see.
Oh, thank you, darling. And, um, like I'll take music like Cabaret, for example, put down your laptops, your iPads and phones. Time for a holiday. So I take classic music also and I turn it on its head. I have so much fun with the creative process of making the show. My director is Richard J. Alexander, who directs for Kristen
Yeah.
Chenoweth, Barbara Streisand. Um, Brian Nash is my musical director, who's insanely talented. And I have a great team. I travel with six boys, three
Nice.
three straight men and three fabulous gay men. And
I like the
and we
balance.
yeah, it's the Brady Bunch.
Oh, that's awesome. And you have tons of dates coming up. So you have Charleston, South Carolina, October 10th, Montclair, New Jersey, Wilmont Theater, October 12th, Huntington, New York, October 13th, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, November 3rd, Beverly, Massachusetts, November 9th, Peekskill, New York, November 30th. And
Yeah.
I see on your website you even have dates past that into December. So
Yes.
this is a
Yeah.
big show. What could fans expect? How much could you give away?
Well, listen, I love Holiday because, I take songs like, do you know the song from Eric Clapton called Lay Down Sally? Lay down, Sally. No need to leave so soon. I've been trying all night long just to talk to you. So I'll
Yeah.
take a song like that. I go to my director, I want to do Lay Down Sally. He goes, for Holiday? I said, yeah, but now it's Lay Down Santa. He
Ooh.
goes to all that trouble to come down the chimney, but he never stays. So I go into a whole spiel about Santa, and then I go, and then I go back into the song. I take music and I kind of turn it on its head. I have fun with it creatively. It's it's pop culture because I show a lot of clips, not a
Oh,
lot,
I
but
like that.
clips. And then I go into, pop culture, cabaret, comedy, and a fashion show. Because I'll be feeling Giovanni.
Yeah, you better wear those Giovanni dresses, especially
Oh,
how long Dorinda bitched about it. Giovanni, Giovanni, Giovanni.
and what did I do? Lemons out of I made lemonade out of the lemons.
You did with that too. It worked out. It really worked out. And with the song too. I love that.
Yeah.
So since the show is titled Marry F Kill, are you going to be doing a lot of like when you interact with the audience, a lot of like which house husbands would you marry F Kill type of
Yeah,
situation?
we play Mary F. Kill with the audience.
Oh, fun, fun.
It's immersive. My show it's so much fun. People are like, oh my God, they don't know what to expect. And they come in, I always say this, but they come in a Toyota and they drive out in a Rolls Royce because I put on a great show. I work really hard at it. You've seen my shows.
Yeah, it's their
So
fault. They're really
Yeah,
fun.
I don't mess around. And on top of it, I have a great time doing it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting paid for this. I love it. I
Oh, I
love
love
it.
that. And you have a lot of TV things going on. I want to talk about the dating show, but I also want to talk about Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip because obviously you filmed season one a few years back, and then most recently you did the RHONY Legacy season, which aired exclusively on Peacock. Now it's just starting to air on Bravo. Um, which did you like better?
You know, who doesn't want to go away for a week with your girlfriends and get paid?
Yeah,
I'm like, now Housewives, they have a new cast of New York. And, I think they should probably merge the cast, is how I feel about it. Um, I love doing the Ultimate Girls Trips because it's 1 week of my time and not months and months and months of my time. So I
yeah,
don't miss doing Housewives. I don't because I'm doing other shows like Crappie Lake, which is airing also on Peacock. Um, I'm probably Bravo right now. I don't know because I'm busy doing other shows, but and Cabaret. So so anyway, yeah, I'm the Bravo universe is big. We have BravoCon,
yeah.
which is always so much fun to be with the fans who, have been watching, since they were children. So, it's interesting because they know my music because they grew up with it. So I just have a great time doing what I do. I feel blessed, all these years on Housewives. We outlasted Sex in the City, Desperate Housewives,
Yeah, you
you
really.
know, something to be said for that. And we're still, airing. And so it's been an incredible journey, and people have seen me nosedive. They see me rise to the stage, and housewives will ask me, like the new housewives of New York asked me, how did you have such amazing storylines all the time? It was like, well, we were just living our lives, and we were really friends. We knew each other. So I think that's so important in order for a franchise to really work, is to really actually be friends and not just being thrown together as kind of a cast.
Yeah, you raised a good point because there was some article that just came out about how one of the new women was asking the other new women if they wanted to fake a fashion feud. And that's why I think the reboot comes off so inorganic because you guys all genuinely were friends and you started at a time when reality TV wasn't overproduced. So I just feel like the reboot was an impulsive decision and it should have been done Miami style, where you keep some of the OGs, you bring in some new women, and it's more of a smooth transition. Do you agree?
Great. I agree. Great point. Great point. And that's why I think some franchises work better than others.
Yeah. I agree. I really think that
Mhm.
they should honestly bring back some of the OGs, keep only some of the newbies, and I think it'll be good from there because the ratings took a significant drop from the polarizing season that you had with Leah and Ebony. Those ratings were still much better than the new reboot. So
Right. Oh, I'm not
the
even
OGs,
aware.
the
I don't even know that.
OGs.
I don't even know that because, I live my life and I do, I now am in a place where I get to do what I love. And, this is the best decade of my life. I love it. And because I'm doing what I love, and I want them to send the OGs everywhere. I mean, let's go
Yeah,
on below deck. Let's go, dancing in Ibiza on tables. Let's go and have some fun. So I'm not opposed to the whole. I love the Ultimate Girls Trips because we just let our hair down and have a good time and not worry about the story per se.
yeah,
Um, so I don't really miss the Housewives, because I'm doing so many other things now. But I'm grateful for the time that I had. And it was, epic. I mean, our show was just, was the real deal. And so, I get to see my house, that I don't own anymore. I live in a different house now in the Hamptons. I've
nice.
seen my children grew up, my Aston is gone, my Westie, so it's a little melancholic for me because I kind of miss my old house. I miss Aston, and I miss the children being children and not being, now they're adults. Now they're, Victoria's almost 30. I can't believe it.
And they're both still doing art, right?
They're both tremendous and creative. Noel's a great painter. I took him out for his birthday. I go, what do you want, Noel, for your birthday? He goes, Mom, can we go to the paint store? I need paints and I need canvases. I said, okay, that's what you want. You got it. So, he's a real painter.
Yeah, I've seen his work.
He's my Salvador Dali with his mustache.
Yeah.
He, he's great and he's doing really well. And, and he's in New York. So I love that they're close to me. He's in Brooklyn. And, my daughter is an amazing artist too. She does mediumship and teaches yoga, meditation, and very grounded. And, they were never TV fame people.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
weren't hungry
my children
kids.
weren't, no, my children weren't after fame. They don't care about famous people. They just that's not their thing. They're artists. So my son, he writes poetry. He reads philosophy. They're really interesting, and I just love that they are so independent in what they do, like literally, because during COVID, for example, my son churned out a ton of paintings, and he's good at being by himself. He's comfortable in his own skin, and that's, I think, the biggest gift I can give or get.
Oh wow, that's good. I'm so glad they're doing well. And I love their artwork because last time when we had discussed them, I looked at some of their artwork and I was like, wow, this is amazing.
I know they're really talented. I mean, my daughter worked for Nicole Miller for a while in fashion. Fashion wasn't her thing, so she's now doing more art. And like I said, she's into this mediumship. And my daughter, I mean, she's like a psychic medium. She's incredible. I mean,
That's
she
amazing. I'm
she
into
can
all
read
that.
she can read energy. I brought her to Kundalini yoga. I am a big yoga fan myself and meditation,
Yeah, me too.
and into personal growth. We have to learn from our mistakes and grow from them. So I don't regret anything that happened on the show. People always ask me that, and I don't. I don't have any regrets. I'm the kind of person that I rarely look in the rearview mirror. I'm always looking through the windshield. What's in front of me? What's in the moment? I try to live my life like that.
Well, I mean, you can't regret it because let's be honest, it made great television and it was iconic TV. So even if it was like a shitty time for you, you still profited off of it. So I consider that.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you look at it that way, that's true. That's true. People ask me, would I do the show again, et cetera. It's like, and I would say that to myself, am I going to do another season? Am I going to do another year, of this show? And, so when this whole thing kind of fell apart, um, sometimes when you don't know what to do, life takes care of itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, and it worked out for you because I mean, you did 2 seasons of Ultimate Girls Trip so far. You did Crappie Lake. You're still going strong with the Cabaret. I love all of that. Out of the 2 seasons that you did on Ultimate Girls Trip, which one did you like better? The one with like Teresa, Cynthia, Kyle, etc., or the one with just the RHONY team?
Well, listen, I mean, they're so different. I mean, both
No.
of those trips, like, Turks and Caicos has nothing to do with St. Bart's, right? It's like, so I love both of them. I love getting to know the girls on the first Ultimate Girls Trip. I love getting to know Kyle better, and, Teresa, who hung out with me a lot on that trip,
Yeah,
off camera, because we swapped jail stories. Hers was a longer stay than mine. I only had to spend one
yeah.
night, unfortunately. But, from that, I rose to the cabaret stage, and look at Teresa. She's happily married, I believe. And I just love all the girls for so many different reasons. I like Kenya more. Everybody's like, watch out for Kenya. Her and I were like this.
Yeah, I love
And
that. She's great.
she is great. I think she's fabulous. I mean, all of them are fabulous. Melissa Gorga, all of them. And it wasn't so great for Ramona that trip, but it
I
was
feel
kind of
like
fun to see their reaction to Ramona, which was, totally, uh an objective opinion finally about somebody who I worked with for so many years. They're like, you are not being treated like that. And so, and then our Ultimate Girls Trip that we did in St. Bart's. I'm always in trouble with a boy, aren't I? Don't you love the way that show ends? Is Manu coming down to my room?
I love that.
Anyway,
The Legacy show, I honestly feel like they could easily do another season of that.
well,
Um,
yeah, we should be going everywhere. All the OGs of New York should travel the world. I would love
yeah,
to
I
see
feel
that.
like the Legacy, I feel like that could be a whole nother branch of Housewives, Ultimate Girls Trip Legacy. Like they could easily do another season with you six and then throw in like, I don't know, Aviva and Heather or whatever, you know? Like,
Yeah, or even Jenna Lyons.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, she would actually work
Let's
well.
bring on Jenna Lyons. I'll give her a run for her money.
I feel like honestly, they could bring you back to the main series, like you, Dorinda, Sonia, and keep Jenna Lyons and Bryn and then it would work
Absolutely.
out. I feel
A
like that's
mashup. A
yeah.
mashup.
And how's
I like the way you think, Will.
I think a little bit like a producer in a way.
Well,
Um, I
listen,
should
we
be doing
produce.
that. I feel like my decisions work. My take.
Listen, we produce the show. One of the housewives said to me, how do you come up with all these stories? I'm like, well, we're just living our life, man. This is our life.
Yeah.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears. I paid my dues. I have certainly paid my dues.
Crappie Lake was an interesting experiment. What did you think of that?
I loved it. I mean, listen, we went into this town, worked with the mayor. So it's like Crappie Lake. It's like the simple life meets Schitt's Creek, and we'll get into that. So, to be able to go into town, work with the mayor, help the people at the motel so they get, more clients. Now they have they built an addition on the motel because they're sold out through next year. The
Wow.
Luann and Sonia suite is sold out. We helped at the dog shelter. We built a playground for children. We did murals all over town so people would stop and make it a tourist attraction. We did new signs for the town. There's a big sign of me and Sonia, welcome to Crappie Lake. And
Tourist
and we
attraction.
did a variety show with the whole town. So
Yeah.
listen, we really worked hard on that show, but it was so much fun, and I love doing comedy because Sonia and I together are Laverne and Shirley, Luann and Sonia, Laverne and Shirley.
You
We're
really
fun.
are. You really are. The dynamic worked a lot for that show. And it did remind me like Simple Life. Um,
Well, guess who's doing the simple life now? Didn't
yeah,
aren't
now
they?
that's revamping. Yeah.
Well, I wonder where they got that idea. Oh, is that Luann and Sonia running away with our show? All right, let's go. Come on, Nicole. It's Paris and Nicole time. You
I
know
know,
that
right?
I'm going to tell you something. My daughter manifested the simple life, the Crappy Lake for me 5 years ago. She said, "Mom, you should be like the Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. I mean, that would be a perfect show for you." And you
Yeah.
know what? It came true.
It did.
My
Yeah.
Yes, it
I
did.
believe in all of that, the
I
manifestation.
what do you think, darling? Life is a cabaret. You write your own story. Nobody's going to write it for you, are they?
No, no. You got to
You
go out
write
there
it.
and make it happen.
That's right.
And now this new dating show, which I want to hear all about. I find the cast to be really interesting. Um, what's
It's
going
going to
on?
be amazing.
Are you filming it or did you wrap? Like what are we gonna see? What do you think of the women? As much
Well,
as you could
listen,
say.
sorry, Will, you want to ask again? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, as much as you could say about this new dating show, the women, what we could expect, tell all.
Well, listen, I can't tell you everything because, otherwise Bravo's
Yeah.
gonna not be happy. But I can tell you this. It's the housewives together. It's not about really we are here to support each other as women, and we're all looking for love, right? And so it's really not, there's no drama really between us. The drama is really with the men. We look after each other. We are each other's wingmen. We are each other's wingmen. And I love that, because we're supportive of each other as women, and the drama really lies with the men.
Mm.
My favorite kind of drama is with the boys, you know that.
So it's like a housewife Sex in the City in a way.
It kind of is. And guess who I play?
Oh,
Samantha.
yes, exactly. You're definitely the Samantha, but I'm trying to figure out then who would
Do you
be. Oh,
remember when Bethenny was up in the Berkshires? She goes, "You fuck everybody," and I go, "Oh,
yes.
am I the Kim Cattrall of the family or what?"
Yes, that was the best. Oh man, she really couldn't let anyone have like fun. Good businesswoman, buzzkill when it comes to like having a good time.
Mm. You said it, not me, Will.
So if you are the Kim Cattrall on this new dating series, then who's everyone else if you had to pick?
Let's see. Oh, hmm. That's a good question. Well, let's say that Sarah Jessica would be Ashley.
Okay.
Um, who else we got now? Cynthia
Gizelle.
Nixon. Cynthia Nixon is Gizelle.
Okay.
And Shannon is Charlotte.
Okay, I think that works. That matches for
Totally,
that
totally.
that really does match. And speaking of Shannon, what do you think about all the heat that she's taking with this, the whole DUI situation? And
Listen, I really don't want to speak to that, darling, because I'd rather not.
okay, all right. I
Yeah.
feel like you had a season where like everyone kind of came after you made a mistake, so I was curious what you thought.
Yeah. Well, listen, alcohol was invented for a reason. It's called medication. Self-medicating,
Yeah,
right? When
yeah,
shit hits the fan, sometimes we self-medicate, and we
yeah. I've
do.
done it. We've all done it. Yeah.
A lot of people have done it. So she's had a rough time, Shannon. So I'm so happy that she's doing that show. I'm so happy she's doing the show with me because she deserves it. She deserves to find love.
Yeah, and I think
I think the men in her life have not been good enough for her.
no, no. And she'll probably learn a lesson on this show. I'm assuming that like you girls or someone holds her to the fire and is like, listen, you keep making shitty mistakes when it comes to men. It's time to, wake up.
To find real love,
Yeah, exactly.
a man who adores you.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like when someone is like lonely emotionally or like emotionally dependent, they tend to get into relationships where someone treats them like shit. So,
Now, listen, it happened to me. It's called my second marriage.
yeah. Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's called Love is Blind.
Exactly. So this should be good. It seems like a fun show. There's going to be drama, but actually not with the women. So I'm intrigued on.
Well, yeah, there's here and there, but nothing, it's really more about the men and the drama that goes on with them.
Yeah, and Bravo never did anything like this before. Especially, it's like almost like an Ultimate Girls Trip, but like dating series in a way. So
Exactly.
are you still filming it, and when will it air?
I don't know when it's going to air, darling, but we're working on it.
Okay. All right. Fun. I'm
Darling,
excited.
I think we're gonna have to wrap up because I need 5 minutes for myself before my next call. So is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think we covered everything, and
And and
I'll.
and I can't wait for you to see my show. You're gonna love Mary F. Kill.
Yeah, I can't.
So
Oh, by the way, for the Wellmont show or any of the other shows, are you doing meet and greets before or after the show?
yeah, I do VIP meet and greets. So I'm looking forward to meeting all my fans and for them to see my show because it's a party. It's a lot of fun. And I can't wait to see the surprise on a lot of people's faces who have never seen Mary F. Kill. And, I love the song. It's really about the show is about the men we would marry, the ones we'd F and the ones we want to get rid of.
Oh, I
And
can't wait. I know it's
so
gonna
I
be.
tell all my stories, which you'll never get to hear unless you come to the cabaret, right? Welcome into the cabaret.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to this. I'll be there, so I can't wait to see you. And thanks for joining me today.
Thanks, Will. You're adorable. Well, I'll see you soon.
Mwah, mwah, kisses.
Bye, darling. I'll
Bye.
see you at the meet and greet.
Yes, definitely. I'll be there.
Okay. Bye.